Still trying to throw the ball. On first and goal, second and goal, panicking at third. Fourth, I'm wishing for a muff.
Welcome to the 510 Huddle. We got special guest Chris Rogers, three-time NFL social justice grant recipient, a recently published author of Beyond the Field, an athlete's guide to greatness. How you doing today, Chris?
Man, it's a pleasure to be on here.
Man, I'm glad to have you. We got D-Lane out battling the heat, man. How you doing today, D-Lane?
Man, it's a little hot, but I'm all right. You know, I'm in a nice area, nice scenery. But I'm happy and excited to have Chris on the show, man. I got linked up with Chris probably a week ago through my auntie. Chris is actually from the South, but he's out here now in Silicon Valley. Correct, Chris?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And him and his organization, T.AP Foundation, came out here, and it was in the deep East Oakland, man. He came, fed the whole community. We gave out probably over 5,000 boxes of food, and I've been linked in with him since. And yeah, good dude, and I was excited to get him on the show. He tried to pay me, man. I told him I didn't want the money, though. I wanted my brother on the show, man. I told him I wanted him on the show.
Thanks for having me, man. Like, definitely, man, you came through. Talk about serving, man. You and your team looked out for us, man. Without you guys, the event don't be a success, man. So I want to make sure I tip my hat to you, and appreciate you jumping in for us like that.
Most definitely.
And real quick before we start, Chris, can you tell us a little bit about your mission, the organization you're running?
Yeah, so I kind of jump into it. For me, of course, you guys know I played football at University of Alabama, won a national championship down there. We was part of the first championship that with Coach Saban. He done won so many, and I think he won like 5 or 6 now since he's been there. So we kind of popped off the dynasty there. Went 14-0, beat Texas in the Rose Bowl. I played corner. And for me, going into my senior year, I was trying to figure out I have so many aspirations. NFL or bust, and I was trying to figure out a plan B, and I was actually taking a course while I was going to get my master's, trying to figure entrepreneurship course, like what is the next step for me, what that looked like. And I started asking guys in the locker room questions about what happened if you don't make the NFL, what that looked like, and all the questions from the research came back the same answer. Man, I don't have no plan B. I wish I'd have known about how to network. I wish I'd have known about financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? Just all the things. And it kind of took that and it's kind of formed TAP when I was in my senior year at the University of Alabama, 2010.
Oh, so you formed it while you were still at school, Chris?
Yeah, correct. So,
man, I was going to say, right there, you touched on a key point, I think, Chris, when you said that next step, plan B. And I think that's part of the reason why you created it, like you said, because a lot of young men in our position that's in college they think it's NFL or bust. They don't have no plan Bs. You feel me? And I think that was big that you were already on that mindset at that time.
Yeah, I mean, because it was kind of frustrating, right? Like, because let's not kid ourselves, man. Like, all of us are talented athletes in our own space and regard, whether it's D1, D1AA, D2, right? And everybody across the board, you talk to basketball player, they think they're going. And so for me to be able to pivot, it wasn't an easy transition, but I think like having the right mentors, understanding, because it really shouldn't be a plan B. It should be like the natural progression of an athlete, truthfully. So like the kids that come in the program, I'm not really telling them to think of a plan B. I'm thinking continue to evolve. Don't just let nobody put you in a box just because you play football or basketball, saying that you can't get out and network and talk to other people. So that's why I think we just got to kind of like shift how we label it. And then I think we do that, more athletes will do it. And that's why I get so excited with guys like KD and LeBron and, for them being able to think outside to have business ventures and stuff like
that. That's really cool. And I'm glad you brought that up. I work in the tech space as a former athlete. And I'm part of a group that helps, former athletes get into the tech space. And I think that's really important. And that reminds me of a story with Magic Johnson. He first got in the NBA. He told the story, he tried to get his teammates to invest in his radio station. They did it, and I think he made, about $2 million off a small investment. And I think exactly what you're talking about is thinking ahead and progressing, right? Magic Johnson, one of the best players of all time, and he's already doing business as a rookie. So That's great, man. I think that's amazing for the kids.
I mean, man, now you got my brain kind of went off. We say tech, man. I just think even to that, using your likeness, your likability. I think like what we bring to the table as athletes, we bring work ethic, bring determination. But I think like when you pull us off the field or off the basketball court, nobody really tells us our strengths. You go to a job interview, they sit there and try to tell you all the things you don't have. You lack this, you lack that, right? But if you understand how to sell yourself and say, well, yeah, I may do lack this, but given the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to learn. And because if I can learn a big playbook like this and perform on 1,000, 100,000 people on TV and react, you telling me I can't come in your tech company or your job and do this? It's too easy. So, but I just think like they need more people like you and myself, other people showing the way, because we are black people, we are visual people. So that's why I tell everybody like it's hard for us to do certain stuff without seeing people look like us. So that's why the conversation about diversity and inclusion is so important in the tech space. Because once you start to see a couple of us in the industry that like we know from the hood, that we know first generation kids, we were like, oh man, that's my man Chris. He doing that? Oh, bro, I know I can, and there's no disrespect to you. It's just like they familiar with you, and they like, I know he's smart, I know he's hard, but you know how we are.
We come from the same area. We come from the same,
Give some confidence, because like everybody get intimidated, because half of us come from a predominant black area, and you go to the tech space, it's 70-80%, you know what I'm saying, white and Asian, and it's less than 2% black. So you just like the culture ain't right for you, but you can fit in and you can like elevate, but you just got to be given the opportunity.
And I think with programs like yours, that's a pathway. You feel me? And I definitely want to tip my hat to you and Zay, because my guy Zay, he does the same thing as far as career building. And I think the efforts that both you guys put forth, man, is really needed for athletes. Like, I went through like a little depression mode. My first 2 years when I came back from college, I had 8 jobs. I had 8 different jobs in 2 years because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't have no plan B. It was football or bust. And I feel like maybe if I was in a program like yours, I knew a guy like Zay a few years when I was younger, I probably would have been in a better situation. That's why I just definitely want to tip my hat to you, Chris, man, because that's big, man. Whether you know it or not, it's big for these young men's lives.
Oh, man, you got me. I mean, man, so like, now I got to go back further because you touched on, so you hit a nerve for me. Originally from Florida, so being from Florida, man, it's like 30, 40 guys go D1 every year in the state of, just in my little area. I'm from a city called Lakeland, right between Tampa and Orlando, Central Florida.
Okay.
And for me, for so many years, I've seen guys who go D1 but come back where they get injured, get in trouble, and they be 27 years old thinking they finna get a call from the NFL. So like for me at the University of Alabama, like when I played, made plays, contributed, but like I kind of knew, like I always told myself, man, I do not want to be one of those guys who can't hang up the cleats. So for me, seeing those guys kind of helped me form my mind and say, Chris, you can't be that guy. You got to find something else to do. And then even to your point, what you're saying, like seeing guys jump from 8, 7, 9 jobs and seeing guys come back home, get a dope charge, robbing. And my whole thing is you leave on a white horse, come back with holding a bag in your hand, and then the people you think they're gonna be there to help you and told you, I got your back. You need something, call me. They ain't there to call, you know what I'm saying? And that is depressing. And even myself, like being in Alabama, I found myself in a similar situation. But luckily, I built enough genuine relationship with people who didn't really care that I went in the NFL. They was like, Chris, man, we like you as a person. We want to see you be successful. So whatever I can do, you come job shadow me. You can come, just let me take a look at your resume. And I just think you need a couple of people like that to just cultivate your skill set.
And that's great. I'm glad you touched on that, and having people around you that help guide you, because we all need someone. And I think out here, we see similar things. Guys come out of college and play D1, whether it be hoop or football. And hey, I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm just gonna work a regular job. And when you only know football, and I think a lot of people, they know how to use their body a lot, so they're doing manual labor jobs, but they never had to really use the mind, right? Like you said, we don't memorize a full playbook, but majority of our day is a physical labor day. I know, guys are like, hey, I just work at the warehouse to do that, and they can do so much more. Like you said, man's playbook, take coaching, practice all day, and perform under high pressure. That sounds like corporate America to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, corporate America, entrepreneur, whichever one. Yeah. Bet on yourself. Yeah. You like, hey, let me get my pitch deck together. I got this great idea. Like, cause like, and then also I tell young guys, man, like, you already broke. So like, man, if you need to take that internship for 6 months, yeah, it's gonna be tough. We ain't got it. We can't afford it, but it's the foot in the door for them to get a chance to evaluate you. And then once you're there, dude, it's gonna be hard for them not to hire you or go somewhere else and get on somewhere else.
Man, this is so good to hear. We talk about this all day, and when we're doing the organization, because I just know the effect it's gonna have on all future athletes, especially the Black community, and closing that wealth gap, man. This is where it starts. But it's the 510 Huddle, and we got to dive into that football career, man. What you did at Bama. So I'm gonna start you off. How did you get introduced to football out of Florida?
Oh man, for the starters, man, I played at the team called Lumberjacks, man. They like every city got their hood team. All the key players in the city play for it. And I'm be honest with you, dude, playing for the Lumberjacks, I wasn't even a star on the team. Like, they had me playing linebacker, you know what I'm saying? And I made plays, but then, so we went undefeated, and I think we went 9-1. We lost to the other rival team. They betting on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff, like what we do. And played for the Lumberjacks. And then a year later, man, my best friend was his name was Rod Kobe, man. And he was like our Mark Ingram of the city.
Okay.
And everywhere I went, man, I was a small kid. I was undersized, man. I didn't hit my growth spurt till going into my junior year. So I was always a big talker, small kid, but I'm like, hey, strappy, and I ended up getting faster later because of the hard work. But for me, hanging with Rod Kobe, man, the white people came and got Rod. They, you know what I'm saying? He was playing running back, and I was his best friend. He said, I don't go without. If Chris ain't with me, I ain't going. So I got a pass just to being his homeboy, and we went to the white league. We dominated, and then went to Lakeland High School. Lakeland High School was ranked number 1 in the country 2 years in a row, of course. So went there, freshman on varsity, and then we ended up getting called by the white people again, going to a private school. We ended up leaving Lakeland Dreadnoughts powerhouse football in Florida to go to the private school. And, man, it was the hardest thing for us because it was 3 of us. And, bro, we left, and they told us, nobody from private school go D1. In Florida, nobody ain't done it yet. This is like 2003, you know what I'm saying, 2003. So now it's sexy. Now you get recruited, you know what I'm saying, they'll come grab me and everybody say, oh, you the man. But when we did it, it wasn't as hot as it is now. So we went over to the private school, and the rest is history, man. I got ranked in the nation, 23rd in the nation by ESPN.com. Finished top 5 DB at Nike camp in Miami. University of Florida, top 5 DB at the camp. So when you get on those lists, Adidas camps, rival camps, and you on the top 5 performance, it don't matter where you at. You run a good 40. You're 6 feet, 6'1". Your highlights tape look good. I mean, yeah. So that's why I think people get lost in the sauce, man. So when I talk to kids, they feel the pressure that they got to go to a particular high school or whatever. I'm like, no, you just need to work on your skill set. So when you go to camp, you ball out. You know what I'm saying? You this big, you bench press this much, 185, 15 times. The measurements, they're going to tell you what the numbers are. And we went to the private school and just put in the work, man. We didn't win a state. We came short, man. We lost 6-7 to the team called Fort Meade, and they ended up winning state that year. That's the only regret I have, man, in high school.
Did y'all play? Cause my roommate played. Is from Miami. One of my college roommates. He played at the same high school Coop played at. What is it? Northwestern. Did you play Northwestern? Is that what it is?
Northwestern. They're a division higher. They was Florida's it's 6A, 5A. Lakeland was 5A, but Northwestern 6A. They be balling every year. Northwestern, they be having Northwestern, another school in Florida. You can be the backup cornerback and get a scholarship. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got to start.
Okay, they deep like that.
Man, they be You be like, oh, I'm at Northwestern. Oh, man. Hey, come on. You might be the next Antonio Brown. Come on. like just because they know the cat who's starting in front of him went to Tennessee, Miami, Alabama. You just couldn't play because you just so deep.
And for them, it's like worst case scenario, you might be D1 AA type of player.
Oh yeah. Easy. And then you go out there and ball out. They be like, he be all conference.
Yeah. There's something in the water down there because y'all boys run different for real. Y'all run different in Florida, man.
West, our powerhouse is De La Salle and Modern Day. And I know De La Salle thought was the best team. They went out to Florida. That they asked what was St. Aquinas?
St. Thomas.
Yeah, man. So St. Thomas, man. So they're in the same classification as Lakeland, and every year Lakeland Lakeland win the state championship. They got to go through St. Thomas, and like last couple times that we played them, Lakeland beat them by 30 points in the championship game. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they produce a lot of D1 players too.
Okay, both brothers went there. Got some talent.
Chris, how was the recruitment process for you coming out of high school? Was it straight Bama? Did you know you was going to Bama? Was it set like that, or how was the process? How did the process go for you?
Man, my recruiting process was incredible, man. It was kind of dope for us because we had University of Florida, South Carolina, Alabama, UCLA, Stanford. I mean, I probably had like 30 offers, man, coming out of high school. I mean, because Florida's such a hotbed, so many colleges come through there. It's like, you know, it's like I get to a point, coaches come through the school and see you, be like, oh man, we got to offer you. And watch my tape for 2 seconds, like, oh yeah. So it was for me. It was great. I mean, had head coaches come to my school. So like I said, it was. I don't know. Like I said, I can't speak for everybody's college experience, but mine.
Did you know it was Bama as soon as you got that Bama offer, or was it close? Like the signing day, you had like a few options.
Nah, man. So for me, originally I had really wanted to come to UCLA originally.
Okay, out west.
Okay.
And this ain't on not like I had wanted to come West Coast because I felt like so many Florida guys only go like to Miami and Florida State. And I'm a student of the game, so I was like, man, I think Florida guys, we really got to get out the state. We can go somewhere and be like special. And for whatever reason, like, but then like I was talking to UCLA, they would threw me off with them why I didn't come. And they was like, it's a time zone difference, and then also you won't be able to come back home. You once you get out here, you only gonna be able to come back home once a year. And I was like, oh man, I don't, you know what I'm saying? So, but like maybe they recruited me different. They'd have been like, hey, you know. But the guy was being honest. He was like, man, we want you. We just don't want you to get homesick and you can't get back home. And
gotta appreciate honesty though.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the coach. You know what I'm saying? And then what sold Alabama to me was 2 things. Alabama was just coming off probation, and they was like, we got 5'9" corners. We're really trying to switch up to get 6 feet. Like, they cornerbacks was like 5'9", but they ran 4.3s. So, like, they had the quick, shifty cornerbacks that can feet work, and they were like, we need some big corners because we playing 6'4", 6'5" receivers in the SEC. They can jump a 30-inch vert, 40-inch vert, but it's nothing they can do height-wise. So, I was like, and they were like, so we need a big corner. We think you fit that bill. We get on probation. We think you can, come in and play early. So I'm like, okay, here I come. And that was it. And then lastly, you know what I'm saying, SAT score-wise, Alabama, I had my score was decent, but it wasn't great. And Alabama was like, hey, man, don't worry about that. We got you. Don't worry about taking the test no more. So it was like, ain't nothing to talk about. Yeah.
So, Saban offered you, or was Saban still at LSU?
Saban was in the NFL at the time. He was with, I think he was with Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Saban was with Miami Dolphins. Coach Shula was my coach who recruited us. So.
Okay. And what year did Saban get there?
He got there my sophomore year. So yeah.
How was that? How was that playing with Saban?
Oh man, man.
What was the difference, Chris? Like from that first coach to Saban, because Saban's greatness as soon as you get around him. So like, what was it?
Well, man, first of all, we didn't think Saban was greatness when we first saw him. We thought he was the devil. Because it was just like, I mean, what I mean by the devil, like, dude, he was cracking the whip. Everybody that we brought in with us, they was getting kicked off the team. Like, it was like literally like, you can't, and he had a standard, like, and it kind of helped me today. Like, if you don't have, you can't meet a certain standard, you don't belong. And that's kind of what he brought, that mentality. Like, if you guys going to stay here, you're going to, so like every workout, classroom, like he started his point system. If you late to class, if you're not going to class, I'm bringing you up. So just like and Shula was an NFL coach. So like Shula he was one of those guys like great coach. He didn't cuss. He like talked to you with respect. You know, not say respect, but just he's just like, hey guys, do it this way, guys. You know what I'm saying? He was real like mild
man.
Yeah, mild manner and just kind of like chill, right? And then Saban coming up, oh my God. Like, dude, I'll give you a prime example. We were running like a cover 3 base package with Shula. Cover 3 base package. Saban, it went like the defense went from like base defense to like trigonometry. You know what I'm saying? Like you thought you was in algebra. He coming up, hey, when they motion, we going to a zone blitz. When the tight end flex, we go from a blitz to a base pack. We're gonna show cover 2, but really we in cover 4. Like it's just exotic blitzes. Everything is predetermined. And but now you can talk football with people. You can understand it. NFL, he's like, guys, we run an NFL defense every week. We change. Like and the cool thing with Saban is we might put in a play in camp time, bro. We'll put in a play in camp. It's game 8 of the season. We have not ran this play all season. He would dial it up at halftime, say, hey, guys, you remember we did this one? Hey, we going back to that. Scratch everything else. That's literally how he operates. So, like, and we throwing crazy stuff out. He be like, I don't know when we're going to need this, but be ready to when it's called.
It seems like he's just a great adjuster. Like, hey, I'm going to just always have something for you. We're not going to we don't get our ass whooped doing the same thing. I don't care.
No, I mean, I think that would separate him. With Coach Saban, that's why I tell people like Alabama's a second half team from the way we work out to the way we adjust. So if a team got us on the rope first half, and then Coach Saban always tell her, he was like, no matter who you playing, you're going to get their best shot. To them, it's their Super Bowl. So they playing Alabama. You know, you be seeing teams, you be like, man, this team ain't won a game all season. Alabama, boy, they play like neck and neck.
Yeah.
But then he also teaches, man, we don't play scoreboard. Like he was like, man, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're gonna play. You know, whether you up 100 or the score tied 0-0. Like he like that shouldn't dictate your level of play based on the score. So like he kind of programmed that into your mind, the way you practice, to the way you talk, to the way you think about the game. He like really make you a professional of the game. And not to say that Coach Shula didn't do that. It was just Coach Shula had the mindset of like, because he had limited scholarships, he kind of ran his program like seniority. You know, if you go through the system when it's your junior year, you been here, you waited your turn, you did everything right, you're gonna play. And that's cool, but it sucked for a player who kind of like, you know,
freshman at the ball.
yeah, bro, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he tell you that, hey man, your time gonna come, but right now we gotta get XYZ in the NFL, right? And then Saban comes in with a different mentality, like, well, if you're a junior or a senior and your talent level is the same as the freshman, I'm going with the freshman because I got 3 years with him. With you, I got 1 year because you could probably go to the NFL. Well, hell, that sucks. You like, so like it just flips, man, and yeah, that part of it.
Would you say that would be a good? I mean, as a player, I would like that. My coach said, "I'm a senior, right, at Alabama." Coach comes to me like, "Hey, this freshman just as good as you." I'm like, "All right, that's a real test. If an 18-year-old is as good as me right now, that means I probably ain't made for NFL. So I need to get with T.AP."
Well, it's yes and no because, like I say, man, you done seen so many guys. Like that's relative, right? Like you got some guys who don't practice well. You got some guys who suck at practice, but you put them in the game, man. He make plays on top of plays. Then also too, you know, man, football is situational. So football is stripped in practice. So what? And this ain't me saying nothing ill against any coach, but we all seen you run up the ones, and then the plays they don't throw no deep balls, right? You get with the twos, they throwing trick plays, reverse pass, halfback pass, and then the coach say, "Man, you gave up a deep ball. I can't play you." Damn, coach, y'all ain't do that with the ones. Yeah. So like, it's some politicking going on, man, too.
So be politicking going on. It be scripted for sure.
Yeah, it be scripted. So like, I feel you, but like, they kind of know what they want, man. They kind of can leverage that thing. They, you know what I'm saying? And then they be coaching them, hey man, because think about this. He's a freshman, or hey, be on the lookout for give him the over signal call, right? Oh, he gave the over signal call. That's what we wanted. You like. So like it's funny, man, because I remember playing safety. Like Mark Barron was my safety, man. He's ended up being an All-American and all this other stuff.
That turned him to linebacker. He turned into him and Tyrann was like the first two to do that hybrid.
The hybrid.
Yeah.
So I give you a prime example though. Like talented as Mark Barron was, like he could it's hard to understand that playbook as a freshman. So, like, Coach Smart, Coach Saban, they both was there in the secondary. So, like, I'll be at corner, and I know the call, right? I'll be like, hey, it's cut call. But, like, in the way the defense is built, the safety got to give you the call. Okay. So, if Mark Barron give me the wrong call and I'm in the wrong defense and give up some, Chris, why you ain't make the call? But then vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So, like, damn if I do, damn if I don't. Like, so I be telling cats, like, I definitely hear what the sentiment we say a true freshman deserves to play. But, like, man, it is what it is, man. Like,
Chris, I want to ask you, everybody knows Coach Saban specifically works on the defense and loves to work with the defensive backs. And it's a rumor on Twitter right now going on that he doesn't believe in doing backpedals and EDD. What type of technique does Coach Saban believe in when it comes, specifically when it comes to y'all man coverage? Because we know he likes to run man. What type of technique does he use?
Well,
I seen something like that on Twitter. They was saying that Coach Saban don't believe in backpedals. I seen Crocker say something like that. He was like he don't believe in doing backpedals or something like that in his EDDs.
Yeah, so it's twofold. Like Coach Saban run kick slide. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was a challenge, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you backpedal, you press. And, like, so it's simple. In Coach Saban defense, if you run a 4-3-4-4, you over 6 feet tall, you're going to be All-American. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? You trust the technique, but, like, if you're a corner who, like 3-step drop, 5-step drop, you a gambler, you'll never play at Alabama. Like, you'll never play at Alabama. If you look at Alabama cornerbacks right now, they average 2 picks a season because they're not risk takers. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play down the distance. They're gonna play smart football. So it's 3rd and 7. They're gonna play the sticks. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, it's a slant. I'm gonna come make the tackle. 5-yard catch. We off the field. To other guys, they'll be pissed off. Like, man, I gave up a slant. I'm trying to jump the slant. You jump a slant and Coach Saban secondary, man, I never see the field again. He like jumped it. Because like in his mind, he told me this personally. Because I was a gambler. I'm jumping everything.
That's how I was. Okay. Yeah.
Like, so you know what I'm saying? Like, but it took me a while to understand his coaching style. Like I didn't conform as easy as my other teammates did. And they ended up playing, they went to the league, which is great. But it was something so simple as like I jumped the slant one day in practice, picked it off, right? I'm thinking like, hey, told you, coach, they're going to keep. He was like, Chris, the thing you don't understand is if you jump a slant against, I don't know, let's say Troy University, right? You pick it off. That's great. But is you going to be able to do that same thing against LSU? Chances is you're not. You know what I'm saying? Chances are it's a big game. The athlete's just as good as you. So I don't need you doing it. I just need you to make the play. It'll be 4th and 1, 4th and 2. They punting the ball. But if you miss this interception, it's an 80-yard touchdown. I got to pray and hope that the safety can make the tackle. So he teach, man, make them drive the field. Make them earn everything they're going to get from us. So that's why for so long Alabama defense be so good because they discipline, they sound, everybody going to run to the ball. So it's just like, and then you got a good athlete at corner that runs a 4-4-4-3. Everybody moving, safety running a 4-4-4-3. You just got cats flying.
You combine that Saban's mental aspect of the game with those type of athletes. Come on, man. The producers the championships.
Yeah, that's it. And that's literally what he's been able to do on a consistent basis. Because you see Alabama, man, we don't believe in getting penalties. You know, you see a penalty on us, man. Like, you don't see nobody punching nobody in the face like Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like the Canes or Florida State. You be like, man, they undisciplined. We won't get no offsides. Like, we won't do that. And he be like, you can control that. Like, if something happen, that's something different. But, like, Alabama don't play sloppy football.
What? And when's the last time you went to a Bama game?
Last year. I think it was Texas A&M game.
Texas A&M.
That's dope. How was that? Were you in the stand, sideline? How was that being back?
Yeah, man. So for me, man, normally I go back. I'm on the sideline for a brief second. You know, we do got access, so I come back on the sideline. But man, I watch the game in the skybox, man. You know, I be up there with the boosters, man. I don't got time for all that. You know, guys telling stories, making up stuff. You know, I be up there. I'm talking to the boosters, man. We're trying to get some fun at the tap.
You see, hey, that's smart.
That bird's eye view. That's the best view in the stadium. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
You seen they back this year. They back this year from the Bay Area, man. Najee Harris, number 2022.
22, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, be like, dog.
Definitely.
Yeah, I like Najee a lot, man. I mean, at first, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was one of his worst critics.
Yeah.
You know, I like his style didn't fit the SEC at first, but like the last.
You thought so, Chris? Go ahead, tell me why.
Cali backs, Chris.
Look, man. So let me tell you why. What I mean by that, like, I think, like, man, the kid is a specimen, but like he had to learn how to run an SEC. And what I mean by run the SEC, like when it's we grade you on the fourth short yardage as a running back. When it's 4th and 2, you can't be doing spin moves, man. Like, dude, you 6'2", man. You 6'2", 230. So I think like the last 6 games of last year, he I ain't gonna say his nuts dropped, but like he ran that thing like he's supposed to ran it. Like,
I'll keep it one. This is the problem. We keep it one.
Yeah. So you know, so that's like I said, he earned my respect towards the last 6 games of the season last year, and I think like with that kind of running style again this year, he'll be a no-brainer first rounder. You know what I'm saying? So the kid, like I say, talent-wise, he was good, but he wasn't running like we respect him in the SEC. Now he run that thing like he's supposed to.
I'm with you there, Chris. I think was LSU game. He came alive.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. Now I'm right there with you. Good back. You know, I'm rooting for him, Cali kid from the Bay. Then I remember watching that LSU game. I said, hold on now.
He started running behind his pads. And punishing cats, like, because, like I say, man, with a big body like that, they don't want none of that. Auburn game, he was told in the LSU game. I mean, like, you just see, I don't know who made him mad or something going on in the family, but he was running with purpose. He was running with, hey, man, I'm trying to eat right now. Hey, so you running like that, I don't care where you from. Lil Jacobs running like that from Oklahoma, you know, he didn't even start. He still went first round. He was like, now he with the Raiders, so. Yeah,
Josh Jacobs. Yeah. We got we got Marshawn Lynch, Joe Mixon on the Bengals, so we got some big backs in the league.
Joe Mixon, man, he tight, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's why I was gonna say, Chris, when you was comparing or when you was grading Najee talent, because Najee a couple years, I'm Joe's class, and Najee like a few years younger than us. So when I was just grading the talent, I was like, Joe just got it a little more already, like it was ready. Najee, like you could tell when he was playing back then, it was just like he just bigger than everybody. He got to get down there and learn how to run, like, you feel me, with the same size and the same type of athletes like him. Joe was doing it with the same athletes regardless back then. Like he had it. You feel me, catching and running, and you seen it at Oklahoma, and you see it in the league now a little bit as far as he's dynamic both ways.
Man, look, bro, I'm telling you, man, I like Joe, man. If he never get in trouble, bro. Hey, that bag would have been there. Like that kid, man, he talented. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know he was from California, but I just watched, and I'm like, he catch the ball in the backfield. He legit 4'3". I don't know, whatever. If he ain't a 4'3", he got game speed 4'3". Like,
oh, yeah, he's shifty. He quick as hell. Joe quick as hell. He quick as hell, man.
Yeah, so yeah, I like him a lot.
And what was your favorite career game or your favorite game of your football career?
Oh man, Had a couple, man. I think, but for me personally, on a personal level, it'll be scoring a touchdown at Brian Denny. Played Tulane, and man, we supposed to have blew out Tulane, man. We supposed to really.
He was in New Orleans, huh? He was in New Orleans.
No, they from New Orleans. They came to Alabama, man, and they almost upset us, man. I think we barely won, 10-6 or something crazy, bro. And it came off a block punt. I ended up scooping and scoring. And you know what I'm saying? And then Coach Saban always preaches that. And, you never know who's going to turn the game, special teams. And then also, I got the one-handed interception that game. So, yeah, man, personally, but as a team-wise, I think probably the livest game I've ever been in, it would come down between the block kick. Mount Cody blocked 2 field goals that game. We ended up beating Tennessee that year. Help us stay undefeated, and it was at home, and it was crazy. That game, and then the other game was LSU, and Julio took a slant, not even a slant, it was like a little bubble. He took it 80 yards out the gate on the sideline. It was crazy, like a little screen they threw it to him.
You played with young Julio. How was that? You wound up against him every day. How was that, Chris? You seen the greatness early?
Yeah, I mean, Julio been a dog, man, but just like anything else, right? Julio was younger than me, so we knew he was gonna be talented, and me and Julio was the first one to have number 8. So so me and Julio got this joke all the time, man. We the first one to do the double digits thing, and we used to go at each other in practice. First came to Bama, they hey, C-Rod, Julio gonna get that 8 at you. We had some good battles, man. We had some great battles, and I think but for me, a guy like Julio, I match up very well with because I'm aggressive corner, I'm a big corner. The guys who gave me trouble winning Julio, it'd be a guy like a Deshaun Jackson. You know what I'm saying? A Hollywood, real shifty. You better be on your horse. Yeah. So guys like that gave me trouble, but a guy like Julio, you can't
gamble with them cats, Chris.
Nah, buddy, you better, boy.
You better be technician that day.
Hey, you jail, you better connect.
Yeah.
So
You played with young AJ at that time? Because I know they were the same. You played against young AJ Green? Because I know they were the same class.
Yeah. AJ was there. AJ was there, but AJ went fast. I mean, not to say he went fast. He's a route runner. He got sure hands. AJ know how to get open. He know how to create separation. So it's different styles. Alshon Jeffrey was there in SEC. Percy Harvey was there. You know what I'm saying? People forget about him.
Percy was nasty.
Yeah, Percy was on another level with that thing. He was special too.
Dwayne Bowe at LSU, was he there?
So Dwayne Bowe, I was a freshman that year. He was there, but I seen him. I ain't never lined up against him, but he was manhandling cats at LSU.
I remember that, yeah.
That year, that wasn't Vince Young team y'all beat, was it, Chris?
Oh no, Vince Young, no, he was before us. The team we beat, they had Earl Thomas and Mike McCoy. Colt McCoy was.
Colt McCoy, I remember. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. There was a lot of wide receiver on that time because Michael Crabtree at Texas Tech, I think. It was.
Yeah. Crabtree at Texas Tech. He was acting up back then.
Yeah. Oh man. Who was the toughest receiver you guarded though? It was definitely Julio.
Yeah, of course, man. I think Julio, hands down. And I think a lot of people don't give Julio credit in the SEC because at the time, Alabama just ran the ball down people's throat.
Yeah, y'all had A.J. McCarron at quarterback. He wasn't throwing that, right?
He in the league still, though, man.
Oh, no, bro.
Was it AJ?
Bro, so I got to tell people the story. So A.J. McCarron, so we had Greg McElroy, who really couldn't push the ball down the field for real. He was a check down, throw to the tight end. So a guy like Julio didn't really get showcased enough. If Julio would have had A.J. McCarron as his quarterback, man, for 2-3 years, Julio would have set all kind of – and then two things I tell people that, prime example, Coach Saban used Greg McElroy to educate A.J. McCarron. So A.J. McCarron was more talented than Greg McElroy. But when he first came to Alabama, he was a gunslinger. He was one of them guys he'll throw the ball in double coverage and throw an interception. And Coach Saban hated that. But then Greg McElroy be like, hey, man, I'm going to take the check down, throw it out of bounds, right? And he became the word they use, game manager, right? And because you ain't going to lose the game because Coach Saban, I'd rather for you to punt the ball than you throw an interception to get an easy touchdown to the house or whatever. But then, so because of that, when A.J. McCarron became the quarterback, A.J. McCarron stopped pushing the ball down the field for real. He became a game manager. Mm-hmm. But A.J. McCarron got an arm for real. No,
you do, for sure. Who's the best college? Who's the best QB you faced in college?
Man, QB. This guy is not even really a true QB. He just knew he was a great leader. I would say, man, Tim Tebow, man. What he did to us in SEC championship game, man. I think some people look at pure talent, but he had them boys believing in him, man. And that's the it factor. Guys like Mike Vick, guys that Ronald Cunningham, Brett Favre, they just
got that it factor that can turn the franchise around.
Everybody going, man. He looking at, let's go, guys, and everybody fall in line. And I think he probably was the best one.
Okay, that's Tim. I mean, he played against some greats, definitely some college greats. And
you'll say Julio the best right now in the league, Chris? At receiver, you think he the best right now?
Oh yeah, man. Hey man. No, look, bro.
What about Mike T? What about DeAndre Hopkins? They got something to say.
No, hey, D-Lane.
I'm asking. I'm just saying,
But you got to understand this though, man. And this ain't no knock against Matt Ryan, but you watch Atlanta play. Matt Ryan be tripping. Matt Ryan can't hit Julio on a deep ball to save his life. Julio had the DB trailing him 4-5 yards, and the ball too short. The ball, so it's his numbers are really misleading. He really should be averaging $180 a game. Mm-hmm. And then Matt Ryan, you'll watch a whole Atlanta game.
They don't target him in the red zone.
He don't target him in the red zone, or it's second half of the game. They just not targeting him in the second half of the game. You dang man.
Then get out the gate.
But the one thing with Julio though, Julio really that kind of person, man. His mentality really man, I can play this whole damn game, and if I can be a decoy, as long as they're gonna free up everybody else and we winning, he cool with that. He literally man, if I gotta block every play, I just want to win. So Julio don't get caught up in none of that. He be see, and when they know they want this money, they know where to go to. So and then I said, I think for him, his work ethic, man. I seen this guy, play with a broke hand. Play through injuries. Man, most wide receivers ain't built like that. They prima donna. Julio, old school. Hey, bro, I ain't doing no talking to you. You can be, and I used to talk to him every day in practice, talking cap to him. He be bro, he don't even talk. He just be he just go to work. He like a robot. Yeah. Literally. I'm just gonna work you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We've heard that. We had a former guest on. He's on the practice squad in Atlanta, receiver. He said one of the most humble people you meet. He invites him over to his house. And he's just a practice squad guy. Yeah. So he said the same thing. He said strictly business.
Oh no, Jones, man, he don't even I know everybody be thinking and trust me. Then so I give you this prime example, man. Jones just be man, I'm not trying to be a distraction to the team. He was bro, we need to win this game. I hate losing. If Matt Ryan throws the ball on double, triple coverage, about to break my neck. I gotta go get it. So, like I say, other wide receivers, they're not like that. They just not.
And he's the only one I think that has the full package. Julio can do whatever every other receiver does in the league. Michael Thomas can't do what Julio does. DeAndre can't do what Julio does. That's how I judge it. And I know any quarterback, Julio will make him look good. So that's just me. I play receiver. I love judging my receivers. So. I ain't
gonna lie to you, man. I was praying and hoping that Cam went to Atlanta. But if Cam would have went to Atlanta, the city would have been Matt Ryan got to go because Cam is a you know what I'm saying?
That would have been nasty. I didn't even think about it. I don't even think we did a whole episode about Cam landing spots. We didn't say that because he got Matt Ryan. That's probably why they got Matt Ryan.
When Marshawn went to the Raiders, we got the hometown kid on your team. It's something different. I got to ask you though, since we're talking about receivers, Chris. This is a 5-1 Huddle. We got Raider fans here. What's your thoughts on Ruggs?
Man, so the one, I'm be honest with you. I like Ruggs at Alabama, but I was surprised he went ahead of Judy, man. I really was. You know what I'm saying? I think Judy's special. I think Ruggs, but Raiders it goes with Raiders' motto. They love speed. So, speed kills. It's like I'm being from Florida and And I be talking to these running tap. You talking to so many parents. They be like, my son put up these many yards. And I'm like, well, he only run the 4.6. Like, well, he ran the 4.6 at the camp. He actually ran the 4.7. Like, it's hard to get him a scholarship. He gonna have to go HBCU route. Like, I'm sorry, that's what it is. Well, he ain't got so. And the other kid who only had 300 yards ran the 4.4, 4.3 at the camp. Everybody off him. So it's like that same notion. Like, I knew Russ gonna jump up the board when he ran that 4.2. It was like, man, back up the truck. Like, and but I think he's a grinder too, man. Like, any wide receiver from Alabama, man, they gonna come in and be unselfish. Like, it's like what's in the pedigree. Like, they gonna block. They ain't afraid to block. They ain't afraid. They selfish. So I think he gonna come and ball out. Like, he gonna be a big play guy. I think he might have a bigger year than Hollywood Brown had for the Ravens. But I think he kind of gonna be in that kind of category, like like maybe 1 or 2 levels better than Hollywood Brown. But Hollywood Brown kind of playing through injuries too, though. So
yeah, last year. Yeah.
So, but I think he should have a good sophomore year though.
I like Ruggs a lot. It's ironic. My 2 favorite receivers in the draft, the Raiders got Brian Edwards and Ruggs. And I like Ruggs strictly because his hands jump off. I think he had the lowest drop rate in college. And then I like how if you have Alabama, they didn't throw jump balls to Judy. They threw them to Ruggs. I know and Judy was operate a lot of slant out of slot. And so I'm like, man, it's something different. If you throw your jump 50-50 balls to the smaller receiver, to me that shows you don't have the trust in the hands or the physical catches in Judy.
But check this out, though. You know he was a basketball American, right? You know, man, that cat jumped out.
They be dunking. Yeah.
Like, he jumped
a video of him dunking.
Yeah, like, bro, like he could probably jump like a 40-inch vert. Like, so I mean, like, and then also too at Alabama, man. Hit me when I say this. It's so competitive that like them cats know they don't get 3 targets a game. They know I gotta catch this. I got to go to the crib. Because I may not get another ball thrown my way again. Compared to the cats at Southern Cal, they know they're getting 8-10 targets. At Bama, man, I get lucky if I get three targets a game. I got to make it count. So I just think when you're in that kind of energy and environment, man, it make everybody level rise up.
That's funny. I think Ruggs his freshman year at some point had 5 catches, 5 touchdowns. I think he's like, I'm a freshman. I ain't gonna touch it.
Bruh, I'm not gonna touch it, bruh. Like I don't know why it's like that at Alabama, but that's just the energy they create. I mean, because like say, you don't really get caught up in the other players like that they bring it in. Like, you know, he might be a 5-star, 4-star, but everybody know a dog when they see a dog. Like even in the backfield right now at Alabama, like Najee Harris, it's his backfield, but you got Brandon Robinson, who can be anywhere else in the SEC starring running back. And then they just got this kid out of IMG that they talking about Chris, man. He like Barry Sanders mixed with somebody else. He can do it all, but he ended up getting hurt last year. So I think his name's Sanders. They were like, then they just got another kid out of Alabama who was averaging like 12 yards a carry. He graduated high school early just to get there. So it's like, man, people don't even understand. So that's 5 running backs, not including the other 2, 3. Because every year, Coach Saban tell you, every year, guys, I'm bringing in another running back. I'm bringing another cornerback. He's gonna be a 4 or 5-star. So if you don't want to do it my way, I will replace your ass.
Yeah, you gonna have you working your ass off.
Yeah, that's the corporate America, though. That's corporate America.
Yeah, and that's why.
Business, you gotta produce.
You gotta simple. We got 2 questions left for you, Chris, and you are DB, so we gotta ask you, who is your all-time secondary? 2 corners, nickel, and 2 safeties from all time.
Oh man, of course I got to go with Deion.
Okay.
My other cornerback, man, it's kind of people don't like this guy, but I kind of like him, man. It's kind of toss up. I got like Rod Woodson. You know, he played with the Steelers. My nickel. Nickel cornerback, man, I'm going to go with, like, Darrelle Revis. Okay. I'm going to put him in the spot. You know, you need a nickel back that's going to break up a lot of stuff. Safety-wise.
That's all strap shit right there so far on the front line. Who you got on the back end?
It's hectic on the front line right now.
Yeah, that front line, them all islands.
Let me see. I'm thinking, man. I'm
That's
thinking.
Woodson.
Man, I'm thinking who I like. Man, it's toss. I'm a safety guy, man. Man, I'm gonna go with Ed Reed.
I go with Ed. He one of the favorites. We usually get Ed. That's one of the favorites. Love Ed. True ball hawk.
And man, I'm gonna go with Eric Berry before he got hurt.
Okay. I like that. Love EB. Love EB.
And then as an alternate, well, alternate enough. Man, I'm thinking about my dog. Steve Atwater, man.
Steve Atwater. Who has Steve Atwater? I think Deco has Steve Atwater in his. Steve Atwater, we didn't heard Steve in there. We didn't heard Steve in there.
I think he underrated, unappreciated, but like he was bringing that pain, man. He was bringing that heat rock. Like
that's that Steve knocked the snot at your nose, man.
Yeah, I know he had about 20 concussions on the way they play right now, the way he be.
And he was one of the first really big corners at 6'3".
Yeah.
Safety. You play safety.
He played safety. Yeah. But at the same time, like I said, he big boy. So, yeah, I mean, I think that'll be my list, man. That's a tough list, man, because there's so many great safeties. Of course, everybody want to put Ronnie Lotz up there.
Sean Taylor.
Yeah, Sean Taylor. But Sean Taylor, like, if you're talking college-wise, yeah. But, like, NFL-wise, we have enough body of work. I mean, of course, he got passed away, but we just didn't have enough body of work. And I think people just don't realize how good Eric Berry is. Because Kansas City, like back when he was in his prime before he got like bone transplant, but like he was dog. And then also Earl Thomas, man, he was a dog at Seattle. Like now he kind of on the tail end of his career. He's still good, but like when the Legion of Boom was at his prime,
he could cover anything.
How you feel about C. Wood? Charles Woodson?
Yeah, I like Charles Woodson, but Charles Woodson was never a big hitter. He was a good playmaker, but like it's hard. I can't put him above Rod Woodson. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and Champ Bailey can be in the conversation, but Champ Bailey, but also like you got to think about T. Law. He was good.
I got one for you. What's his name? Chris on the Chargers. Chris Chalmers. No, Chambers.
So everybody, I haven't seen him play enough. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, like I see people like he moving up the chart, but I haven't watched enough of his game because like now I'm older. And when I was a kid, man, like I watched every game. I was glued in, but now it's a profession. Like I be spending time trying to get ready for corporate America, man. Like I got to do some research.
We barely get time to catch them games, man. For the new school, I'm a big Tyrann fan, man. He my personal favorite right now. I'm a Honey Badger fan. That's who I love.
I mean, I played against Honey Badger. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think like Honey Badger, Patrick Peterson, like all those boys played against them cats. So like, I mean, Honey Badger, man, he was special. He was definitely special in college. And like, he's another guy that like guys just gravitate to. Like, he ain't the biggest guy in the room. You know what I'm saying? But the energy, the level he brings to the game, the passion, you're gonna go play for him. So I think he's definitely a great guy. But when you look at the whole body of work, like I can't put him above. More slots,
definitely.
Can't put him above.
So before we let you go, Chris, we gotta ask you one last question, man, that we like to ask all our guests now. Who should we have next on our show? And if you know him, can you please give us the live? It can be anybody.
I'm trying to think, man. My brain. Man, I'm not on doing. I'm trying to think. I thought about NFL guys, but all them guys locked in right now.
Yeah. It could be a coach. It could be a player. It could be a former teammate. It could be anything.
Up and coming, wherever.
I can't believe I'm blank, man, because I'm on the West Coast now. I'm trying to think of somebody that would like appeal to your base. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm thinking about. Like somebody, like if I was in the Southeast, I'd be naming names. I'm trying to think of somebody who got enough reach that would like your base and your people would know. Man, I was about to say Najee because they all know him out here. But I'm thinking,
should we get Najee on? That'd be great.
I forget. But then also too, it won't be because Alabama got a policy, man, that they be.
Yeah, they do because I actually know the DB coach. I was trying to get the DB coach. I know Coach Scott. Coach Scott, my boy. I was trying to get Coach Scott on, but he said he can't do it till he leave.
Nah, man, Alabama, man, it's like working for the CIA, man. Like, you know, it's like, man, we ain't doing no pillow talking over that Bama. I probably get a phone call, Chris, man, you giving about secrets. I'm like, man, you had too many coaches leave. They all know what time it is, man.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, man. I'm about to chew on that, man. I'm gonna text you somebody's name.
Okay. All right.
I really got to run down my list and see who got to reach on the Cali West Coast. That I think like that would like your viewers will know.
Chris, about your social media, I know you got the event on the 25th coming up. The financial leader is at the 25th. Shout all that out in your social media for the people, please.
Oh yeah, man, we didn't talk about it. This Sunday we'll be doing an event called Cash Changing Athlete Spending Habit. It's free. It's be on the you guys go to Eventbrite to sign up, no charge. Also, our website is TAP. NFP.org. That's TAP NFP.org. Instagram is TAP TAP_NFP. Twitter, Facebook, we on that. It's TAP Together System People on Facebook. And like I said, man, thank you guys for having me. Anything I can do for you guys, let me know. Love the work you guys are doing.
Thank you, Chris, man.
We love the work you're doing as well. And, man, we can talk ball all day, man. It's been great.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Chris, man. What's up, bro?
I ain't get a chance to ask you guys a question, man. How you guys get into this situation, man? How you guys created your own podcast? Like, what transpired that?
We ain't never been asked a question. I like that.
Man, I like that, too. Man, I hit my guy. I met with Zay because Zay is a close friend of my college roommate. And my college roommate hooked us up together. He knew I wanted to talk. I wanted just to create a platform, Chris, where I felt like we got a lot of talent in the Bay Area. And other sports, we're dipping our foot in with basketball athletes now. But we got a lot of talent here, and I feel like we just needed a platform to, like, broadcast it and showcase it, and where, like, coaches and players can come and just talk ball and be comfortable talking it, you know? So that's why I wanted to create it, and I wanted Zay on my team because I feel like there's nobody better to have than my boy right here.
Yeah, I think it was great because D-Lane, he has the marketing, has a great appeal to the game, and we like to say he takes the player's approach, and I like to take the organizational type of approach, the coach's approach. And I'm a football junkie, and I was like, man, I love football, but I don't have the time to coach. How can I still be a part of the community? And I'm out here grinding, in corporate America, and so it came together. We've been doing this about a year and a half now, and it's just growing. We got some NFL guys on, Kevin King, Cardinals player Lecky Fotu, and we're keeping it going. So that's where we at.
I got to put out. I got somebody I want y'all to interview. Just came to me. I got to tell y'all the story, man. This little young guy, my phone turned off right now. So, man, I got to tell you the story. It's going to make sense.
Go ahead.
Bro, this kid, diamond in the rough. You talking about diamond in the rough. I got him for you. This kid, JUCO kid, what's his name? I got to look at my phone. I was just went blank on his name. But, man, I'm driving down the road. I wasn't supposed to go this way home, man. I ended up seeing these kids grinding outside. It was 100 degrees outside the other day. And I pull up. I said, man, I'm about to see what they got going. I go there to the field. Wasn't supposed to be there. Wasn't supposed to go that way. And I said, hey, I'm talking to him. I'm talking trash. Like, hey, man, what y'all talking about? Kids, I play wide receiver, DB, other guy wide receiver, other guy nickel. I said, man, what that 40 talking about? Kid told me, man, nobody ain't never been timed in the 40. Said, you gonna get timed today. Bro. This kid, first 40, hit a 4.31 on the clock. Woo. Come back. I said, I don't believe that. Do it again.
Yeah.
Hit a 4.2 flat on the clock. I said, so right there, man, I started making calls. Hey, bro, this kid at a junior college, man, look.
What junior college he at?
Oh, man, it was DN?
The answer?
The answer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the answer. And then, you know, hey, look, it was so real. I called his head coach for him. I called his head coach, talked to his head coach. He moved to safety. He was a wide receiver. They moved him to safety this year. And he going to be another one go D1. I said, Coach, man, I don't know. Look, man, kid about 6.
Come on the show. Yeah, give me his info, Chris. We want to bring him on the show, man. That's in our area, man. Yeah, for surely. Yeah.
He's 6'2", almost 200, 195, look good, pass look test. I'm like, man, look, man, I don't know what he said. I ain't had no offers out of school. He was supposed to go to Tuskegee. Something ain't right from Chicago. I said, bro, hey man, I need to bring him on the show. You need to get him on the show. That's who we need to get on the show. Dime in the rough. And like I say, and I told my homeboys, I talked to the coach, they said, Chris, man, I said, bro, even if my clock was wrong, he legit 4'4". Even the clock, you say, all right, see, I ain't buying the 4'3", I ain't buying the 4'2". Yeah. He moving.
Yeah, he moving.
They got the legs on the phone for anybody. Like, come on now.
Oh yeah, no. We put him on the phone with a couple coaches, like straight up on the spot. Like my coach answered, "Hey, Chris, hey, I even put you on the phone with him, hey." So like, he got some interest now, and he'll be going D1 somewhere.
Good luck, man.
You helping the community out here too, man. Love it.
Yeah, come on, man. Hey, it's my guy. We appreciate you again, Chris. We really appreciate this. Stay safe out there, brother, and keep doing the work you're doing in the community, man.
Yes, sir. And then also too, man, let's connect on what you got going on with the corporate tech situation. So we'll trade numbers and talk about that.
Definitely. We'll shoot you over my information. We'll link offline.
Okay. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, Chris. Have a good one, baby.
Yes, sir.
Stay cool.
Yes, sir.
Still went for it. It's time to change the club.